This is a painting titled Radha Bilas. It shows Radha and Krishna in a playful mood. Notice both their postures. Now see this matchbox label from Japan. Notice any similarity? How about this one? This is an iconic lithograph titled Vishwamitra and Shakuntala. The same painting inspired this matchbox label printed in Austria, Europe. There are several others as well. All these inspirations are the result of the work of a single person and his printing press, which transformed the Indian art landscape. The famed Indian painter in discussion is Raja Ravi Varma, who is considered among the greatest painters in the history of Indian art. His works are one of the best examples of the fusion of European academic art with a purely Indian sensibility and iconography. Varma was a pioneer in combining European realism with Indian traditional subjects and imagery using oil painting techniques. Unlike the miniature art, portraits and landscape paintings prevalent then, Varma made realistic human forms in large canvases with nuanced detail and clever interplay of light and shadow. But one of the major contributions of Raja Ravi Varma is giving Indians their Western, classical representations of Hindu gods and goddesses. For centuries, gods were faceless entities confined to scriptures, sculptures or symbols in temples. Large segments of population were even barred from worship in temples due to the strict caste system. It was during this time that Varma was employed by the royal families such as that of Baroda, Mysore and Travancore. During his royal patronage, he produced numerous paintings of his kings and queens. But unlike his tenure at the Baroda royal family turned out to be eventful. The king Sayaji Rao Gaikwad III of Baroda got a studio built for him near Motibagh ground where Varma stayed and worked. The young Maharaja was so impressed by Varma's works that in 1888 he invited Varma to Ooty, where he commissioned mythological paintings illustrating the epics Ramayana and Mahabharata for the decoration of the new Darbar Hall in the new Lakshmi Vilas Palace. And the rest is history. 14 mythological paintings by Varma were displayed for the public in the palace, and it created a lot of sensation, attracting viewers from across the then Bombay Presidency. It was the first time that any painter had taken scenes out of the Ramayana and Mahabharata, giving them realistic human figures relatable to everyone. The innovative approach of dramatization of the scenes like the birth of Krishna, Sita Swayamvaram or disrobing of Draupadi on large canvases mesmerized them. The paintings were so much beautiful that a huge demand rose for their copies. But painting an original was a strenuous and time-consuming endeavor, and as such producing large number of copies was difficult. To solve this problem, the Diwan of Baroda, Sir T. Madhav Rao, suggested that Ravi Varma send some of his paintings to Europe to have them oleographed. Sir Madhav prophesied that doing so would not only extend Varma's reputation but would also do a great service to the country. Oleography or chromolithography is a unique technique used for making color prints. Oleographs are prints designed to resemble oil paintings in style with close similarities to the artistic techniques of oil paintings. The method used multiple stones, a separate stone for each color, and included printing one color over another. By this way, inexpensive copies of the original paintings could be produced quickly. The Maharaja understood the importance of oleographs. He also knew that if Varma's paintings remained confined to the walls of the royal palaces, then that would be an injustice to him and posterity. So he decided to support Varma by giving him 50,000 rupees for starting a printing press in Mumbai in 1893. And thus, the Ravi Varma Fine Art Lithographic Press was established in Bombay, commencing its operations in 1894. The press started printing chromolithographs from paintings by Raja Ravi Varma and other artists. A series of paintings and oleographs from Ramayana like Lord Ram, Jatayu Vadh, Ram or Ravan Yudh, Bharat Milap, Hanuman carrying the mountain with Sanjeevani Booty, Ram Sita Vivaha, among others were made into prints and calendar art. These prints were cheaper and thus a large number of people across the country could afford them irrespective of caste, class and language. Lithographs of different gods and goddesses produced at Varma's printing press made it to almost every home in the 20th century. Varma changed the way people worshipped. Through his printing press, Varma's humanized depiction of Hindu Pantheon travelled beyond the surfaces of costly canvases and into the prayer and living rooms of working class homes. The press was managed by Varma's brother Raja Varma, but under their management it was a commercial failure. By 1899, the press was deeply in debt and in 1901 the press was sold to his printing technician from Germany, Fritz Schleicher. Under the management of Schleicher and his successors, the press continued successfully until a devastating fire destroyed the whole factory in 1972. Many of Ravi Varma's original lithographic prints were also lost in the fire. Even though the original works were lost in fire, Ravi Varma's legacy still continues to inspire artists to create gods and goddesses that will find place in the hearts of millions of households.